Hello, my name is Steve Coates, and welcome to another episode of Building Scale Models. In this episode, I'm going to show how I do some polishing of canopies. This method can be used for both old and new kits, and especially for the old kits where canopies are been inside the box for a long time and they get scratched up, and especially with the older kits, the canopies are not protected in their own plastic bag. A lot of the new kits are doing that nowadays. So in the picture you see here is from a monogram slash Revell 1/48 scale F8 Crusader. As you can see, it's pretty scuffed up because it's been in a box without any protection. And so what I'm going to do is show you how I will polish this canopy. So let's go into and show the steps. Okay. So let's get started here. Here's the canopy that we're going to be polishing. And these are some of the products that I have been using, and I still use them for some steps. This is the Nova system. This comes with different grades of grit. 3, 2 is fine, and 1 is the polish. I still use the polish for all my final steps, and especially in the polishing. Other product that I use and I've tried with some success is the Tamiya compound. It also has coarse, fine, and medium grits. But now I'm using these polishing compound rouges. In this case, these are different colors for different grits, and we'll be using the white diamond. The reason I use the white diamond, I saw another YouTuber who was doing this, and his name was Paul Budzik, and he has several videos on working with aircraft and his building techniques, and I saw that, and so I gave it a try, and I liked it. So this is how I do it. So now I'm going to take down the my variable speed Dremel. I have a extension arm for it, and I apologize, I'm using this for the first time and I don't have it in camera, but these are the buffing wheels that I use. I will leave a link to Amazon where I bought these for both the buffing wheels and the compound rouges. And but this is the white diamond stick is what I use. Now, first thing what we're going to do is we're going to take some tape, in this case blue painter's tape, and we're going to put it in a loop, put it on, it's on itself, and then we're going to stick it onto the inside of the canopy. And the reason for this gives you something to hold on to while you're polishing, because you don't try not to hold on to the canopy itself, because you need to get to the edges in polishing. And just give it a better grip. So now we're going to start up the Dremel. And one of the things you do is we need to transfer the material onto the buffing wheel. So I turn the Dremel on high speed and touch the buffing wheel to the white diamond, and it picks up some material. You can see picking up because it melted the stick a little bit. Then we're going to change the speed back to the lowest setting, because when polishing your plastic you want it at the lowest setting so you don't burn or melt the plastic. And we start polishing, and you can see there's some residue there, and that means it's working. Now when you're polishing, you don't want to stay in one spot. You constantly move around back and forth. Don't want to stay in one spot, because if you stay in one spot it's going to melt the plastic. As you can see, it's already starting to shine up a little bit. Make sure you get into every corner. You can see it, the residue's coming off. So let me finish this up, and we'll go on to the next step. Okay, I finished polishing all of the top of the canopy here. You can see it's already shiny. I'm going to clean up the residue of the white diamond, and I got here these polishing cloths that I bought at a dollar store, and package actually said polishing cloth, and I got several of these, and I use this for a lot of my final polishing of canopies. You see it's starting to get a nice shine on it. Next, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take a wooden toothpick here and clean the edges here. You know, this canopy has a molded in edge of the canopy, and where the polishing cloth can't reach is the dried white diamond residue is in there, and we need to use a toothpick, and the toothpick won't scratch the clear plastic here, so it's perfect for getting into those nook and crannies and start cleaning out all that residue that got caked in there while we're polishing. And you make sure you go around and get everything, and double check your work. Use the cloth to wipe away the residue you've already cleaned up now. Later on, when we're finished polishing, we're going to go back and use this Novus 1 to help do a final cleaning. But in the meantime, we're going to polish the backside. So, using the same tape as we used before, stick it on the top side so I have a better grip of the canopy. And we're going to polish the inside. So, we turn the Dremel back on. Need to make sure that put it on high speed so we pick up the material. And put it back to the slow speed, and we start polishing. Now, when you're polishing, especially from the top and the bottom here, don't get close to the edge, because you do, your Dremel will whip out, and you have a chance to break out or break your canopy. So let me finish tuning this, and we'll go on to the next step. Okay, now I finished polishing all of the inside of the canopy. Now we're going to do and start cleaning this up. And this is where I start using the Novus system, bottle number 1. This is the polishing clean. I use a Q-tip or a cotton swab. Put some of the Novus 1 on there, and we start cleaning. And it picks up whatever trying to pick up white diamond residue is left over. We're going to clean both sides, and make sure you get it into all the nooks and crannies, get as much as you can out. I really like this Novus 1 because the polish and clean, it really adds a shine that enhances the polish that you've already done. Need to make sure you get on the edges. Back to the polishing cloth. Make sure you polish on both sides and clean. Yeah, as you can see, starting to shine up. Alright, I'll stop here. I'll finish cleaning and go on to the next step. Okay, now I finished doing all the cleanup. As you can see, the canopy turned out really nice, really shining. There's one slight blemish in there, and I think it's a manufacturing problem. And if you get to a problem like this, where you see a blemish like that or very deep scratches, then you're going to resort to doing sandpaper with progressive higher grit. And then I go use the sponges from each grain, higher grit from the lowest to the highest. And then once you finish with that, then you can go to the polishing compounds. I use either Tamiya or to the Novus system to get those blemishes or the deep scratches out. And then once again you go back to the white diamond. So as you can see, but it's your choice whether you want to do that or not, but I'm going to stick with this. Okay, let's recap. So here's the before picture again of the canopy that we just did. You see all the blemishes and the markings that were left. And now here's what it looks like up close. You see how nice and shiny. No marks. Maybe just that one slight blemish, but I'm going to leave it as it is. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of how I'm polishing canopies. I will leave links in the description to the products that I used. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment. And thank you for watching. So we'll see you on the next episode of Building Scale Models.